There's no echo, Nathaniel. And as you can see, I'm totally overwhelmed with excitement to be here on the red carpet for the State of the Nation address, which for South Africans is sort of like the Oscars, except it includes black people. Everyone is here to listen to our state president giggle like a little girl in the face of adversity, and have they dressed up for the occasion or what? So lovely to see you again. I must ask you, who are you wearing?
I don't know their names, Nathaniel, so I just call them Kakambile and other Kakambile.
So are you feeling...
If you were gonna say, like the cream filling in an Oreo cookie, the answer is yes. That's exactly how I feel. And you know what? I like it.
Oh, and my goodness, now isn't this colorful?
Thank you, Nathaniel. I too believe I have chosen a garment that accurately reflects my mood. Because traditionally, yellow is the color of in your face, in your face. I win. Sorry.
I don't know how many eyes will be on the president when you walk into the room.
Well, it is the State of the Nation, Nathaniel, so I'm hoping to remind the President of one of his highlighted lines as he reads through his speech.
Oh, now here's something interesting. Nice neutral color, very interesting headgear, smart but not too formal footwear, and what a unique breastplate. Tell me, what made you decide on this interesting ensemble?
I don't want to die in the riot, that's what.
What riot?
Oh, just wait a few minutes, Albert.
Oh, back to the studio or something?
Welcome.
Welkom.
Kamukelo.
Siyalamukela.
Sonzela.
Wamkelekile.
To a special state of the nation state of the puppet nation.
Let's get it on, yo. Coming up, we cross live to Justice at Parliament for our SUPERSONA special.
We revisit the Concourt drama earlier this week.
I don't have the money here right now.
And Scott Pelley in Washington gives us the latest on that crazy US presidential race.
So all the pissheads and flaming psychopaths who voted for Christie and Carson actually voted for me.
All this and more. But first, this.
This week, Christians and hungry people all over the world celebrated Pancake Day.
Shrove Tuesdays kicks off the month of Lent, a time of serious religious reflection for the Christian faith.
It's all in the wrist, Arch. You've got to keep your wrist loose. Okay, let me try. Good. Oh, I think I've got it, Pope. Now you must go for it. Flip the golden circle of deliciousness. Okay, I'm feeling psyched. Oh, whoopsie daisy. Truly, this is a challenging time. Hey. Oh, shit.
And voter Basson continues to try and convince everyone that he's actually a good guy.
Dr. Death insists that when he made medical and chemical weapons for the apartheid regime, he was acting as a soldier, not a doctor.
Hello, Deborah. So wonderful to see you.
Uh-huh. Are you being a doctor or a soldier now?
Don't you see my stethoscope? I'm clearly a doctor right now.
That's useful. You know, I've been wondering about a small growth on my big toe. Perhaps you could take a look at it.
Don't be disgusting. I'm just here to tell your audience that if they need a mercenary, a soldier for hire, I'm available.
So, you're offering to make more chemical weapons?
Do you need a weapon to increase the size of your spear? Marital troubles? Financial success eluding you? Whatever personal war you're waging, Soldier Basson can help you. Dial 1-800-EXTERMINATE for immediate results.
Now for our special report on the TV event the nation was waiting for, SUPERSONA 2016. Everyone was watching as South Africa's MVP, Jacob Zuma, faced off against rookie Julius Malema, who keeps scoring against the established powerhouse.
And the event was almost a replay of last year, with the EFF being sent off early.
Let's cross to Justice, who's reporting for us from Parliament.
Thank you, Deborah. And yes, I had the privilege of being the man on the ground for Puppet Nation at SONA 16. Zuma's cliché by cliché script, the EFF's walkout, Maleka's immovable inability to recognize anyone, we're going to bring you all of it. But first, here's a peek at how some of our politicians prepared for last night's SONA.
But I want to do the first point of order.
But Comrade Commander-in-Chief, I also want a 10.
Okay, fine. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
I win!
Aye, man. How does paper even beat a rock? It is unparliamentary. Best out of 3?
I don't recognize you. I don't recognize you. Something doesn't feel right. Aha! I don't recognize you. I don't recognize you. I don't recognize you. Yes, there it is. Game on.
Best out of 15?
I win again.
I need to discuss a vital matter with the president.
No. You can't disturb him. He's writing his SONA speech with his advisors.
Is our president here? I have to ask him an important question, and he's not answering his phone.
No. He's with his advisors now.
But if the three of us are here, who is advising him?
Siri, what should I tell the people about my Van Rooyening?
I couldn't even begin to think about knowing how to answer that question.
Bitbox for me, Siri.
Here's one I've been practicing. Boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and I could do this all day. Cats and boots and 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 cats.
Best out of 999?
You bet your bottom dollar.
So, you miss being down there in the circus and stuff like that?
Oh, yeah, those were the days. Sorry.
When I was president, I wouldn't have allowed this EFF nonsense. Point of order this, point of order that.
Ha! More like point of disorder.
The day began with the city of Cape Town seemingly preparing for war. 3 different groups marched. Zuma must fall, the SESCONA People's Movement, and later the EFF. And elsewhere in the city, a vigil was held to reflect on 50 years since District 6's destruction. And then things got heated with clashes between EFF members and SESCONA, and tear gas and stun grenades being thrown to disperse the crowds. But the real drama began when proceedings got underway in Parliament.
And of course, we would also like to welcome the members of the Council of Provinces,
please recognize me.
and our honorable colleagues from the embassies and consulates of our allies and friends around the world.
Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker.
Those overalls are ridiculous. They look like mechanics.
Ha! Except for the berets. I like the berets.
Berets are for the noble. Full-hearted revolutionaries like Guevara. You wouldn't look good in a beret.
Yeah, I can't help it, man. I'm an old Afrikaans man. I've got a thing for stupid hats.
Madam Speaker, I'm standing here. Madam Speaker.
Before too long, after a surprise early exit by all 3 members of COPE, The EFF stood up and started chanting Zupta must fall before exiting to go and party on down at Cupena. Once they'd gone, Zuma was able to continue, only being interrupted by the occasional D8 joker trying out for open mic night.
I'm so glad you enjoyed it, Justice.
I don't know if enjoyed is the right word, Mr. President.
But I thought that Oops. I thought that I wrote an excellent speech.
So, you think that went well?
That was brilliant, don't you know? Everyone loves me, and I didn't even giggle. Okay, maybe once. That feels so good.
So Zuma thinks that was a resounding success. But how do the opposition feel? Mr. Mamani, thank you for making the time. You look different. What are you wearing?
My advisor told me to wear clothes that would make me stand out and reflect the serious mood of the situation, because it was easier than thinking of new things to say.
Well, it certainly makes me marvel. Musi, what did you think of the president's speech?
I believe the president said nothing new. He was just the same as he always is, and the EFF was just the same as they always are.
You always say that.
Well, it's true. If the president would just cut the number of menaces down to 15, everything would be fine.
Everything?
Everything! Our country is facing dark times, and they need decisive leadership and... Oh no.
Zupta must fall! Zupta must fall!
Ah, Mr. Malema, a busy night for you.
Zupta must fall! Zupta must fall!
Well, yes, but
I can definitely tell you that this country...
I'm trying to interview Julius now.
Zupta must fall! Zupta must fall!
Mr. Malema, you have succeeded in grabbing headlines again. But where does the EFF take this campaign next?
Zupta must fall! Zupta must fall! Zupta must
I think
fall!
I'll just head back to the Batcave.
Zupta must
Helen,
fall!
take me in.
Zupta must fall!
Back in our day, at least we had a dress code.
Exactly. The feathers maketh the bed. What's wrong with the president commanding respecting a nice, expensive Hugo Boss suit?
Yeah, and a boutonniere. I like those too.
Is that also an old Afrikaans thing?
I don't know. I've only ever been an old Afrikaans thing, so I can't compare.
So the drama continues next week, when the EFF have said they will move to impeach Zuma. Points of order will once again be the order of the day, and the president will no doubt giggle his way through everything. Back to you at the studio.
What do you think of these students wearing shirts that say, fuck white people?
Well, I can understand the sentiment, I guess. You know, they've been pretty fucked by white people themselves.
Well, I'm glad you think so, because I stayed up last night making you this.
I will literally never wear that.
I'll give you a hug.
Still no. This week saw the Concourt case that everyone has been waiting for.
Zuma's lawyers conceded that he should have paid back the money after all, that Public Protector Thuli Madonsela's recommendations were binding, and that the fire pool was just a swimming pool.
While judgment has been withheld, the day was a huge victory for Madonsela and for the EFF.
Oh, I didn't hear you knock.
Knock on your door. I didn't.
I don't have the money here right now. I'm afraid.
Come to give you a message. I did.
Cause I slay. I slay. All day. I slay. I slay. I slay. I slay. I slay. I should have never built that fucking swimming pool. I slay.
The Guptas obtained an interdict against the EFF, preventing them from inciting violence against them.
Anti-Zupta chants have taken over from pay back the money as the EFF tackles cronyism.
It seems unlikely that the EFF will back off.
Hello? There is nobody here. Literally nobody is here.
No, don't be like that. We brought you nice things, not violent at all.
We own everything. And we are not here. But that's right. Yes, that is right. Just tell him to go away. Go away!
Now, Commander-in-Chief. Now, Floyd. Unleash the planes!
Oh! Holy God! It is not a cow, it's a plane!
You'll have to go to level 2. But my Commander-in-Chief, you can't... Now, Floyd. Okay. Unleash the carry of doom!
Is that a Vindaloo?
President Zuma hosted the Presidential Golf Day this week.
The day after the State of the Nation, the president took time to mingle with South Africans on the golf course.
It was so nice of my people to buy me new clubs for this golf day.
You deserve them, my leader. A true leader must have golf club swag.
Yes, swag. That's a good thing.
Oh, yes, you have lots of it. The youth loves a leader with swag. It inspires the future generations.
Oh, good. Did you hear that? I have swag.
Of course, my chief. Your people love you.
I know. But shh. Don't tell the DA. They'll get jealous. 4.
That was wonderful, my leader.
I don't think the next president will have a swing as good as mine.
Next president? Oh, no. You will always be my president. I mean, our president.
All my many years of struggle, there's never been anyone more popular than you.
This is why I love golf days. I get to hear what the real people think.
And now it's time for old news with you, Riaan.
Yes, let's cross over to me now. Hello there, Deborah. Hello, Riaan. I recorded this link earlier. Or I traveled back in time so there could be 2 of me.
That's impossible.
Or is it?
You know, this is too much for me. Please just tell me, when are you taking us today?
Well, it's been 51 years. Oops, you do it. No, you. No. You.
Take us fucking back!
Let me take you back. Good evening, goeienaand. Today, the government issued a proclamation prohibiting blacks from entering white recreational areas, including beaches, sports events, concerts, and theatres. The proclamation was made in accordance with the Group Areas Act, which was passed 15 years ago. We are joined now by Tertius Vroegoggend, one of the many officials tasked with erecting the new whites-only signs across South Africa. Mr. Vroegoggend...
This donderse sign won't stand straight. Bliksem.
Goodness, you seem to be having a little trouble there. Do you need some help?
Yes, damn it, can't you see with your own 2 eyes? I have no bloody idea what I'm doing. You're a cock, man.
Perhaps you should get someone who knows how to put up signs to help you.
Thanks, Einstein. Do you think I haven't thought of that? Huh? I can't do that because this is a labourer's job and all the labourers in the country are black.
So why can't you get a black labourer to help you?
Read the fucking sign, Poopall. It says whites only. So as soon as the boys put the sign up, I'll have to have him arrested.
Couldn't you bend the rules just this once?
What? Are you a communist? You mean to report you to the Secret Service so they can attach crocodile clips to your ballsack?
No. Please don't.
We can't have black bastards parading themselves on white beaches. Are you mad? Huh? Do you have any idea what will happen?
No. What will happen?
Well, society would crumble. Yeah, that's it.
Goodness, we wouldn't want that.
Fucking besluis.
So, there we have it. Tertius Vroegoggend is one of the many heroes saving society from crumbling, apparently. But who knows what would happen if the signs came down? Nobody knows for sure.
Oh, fuck!
So, lovely Deborah, have you registered to vote yet?
Of course.
Ooh, it is truly splendid taking part in our mighty democracy, isn't it?
I just don't feel right bitching about people if I don't even cast my vote.
So, you're voting for your right to be rude?
It's a right very dear to my heart. Americans are still arguing about, well, everything.
Here to tell us more is our Washington correspondent, Scott Pelley.
Hey there, South Africa.
Is everything in the US still a complete and utter mess?
I'd say that's pretty accurate, yes.
there were some extreme political casualties in New Hampshire, with Chris Christie going home to lick his wounds, and probably a few gallons of ice cream, a couple of fried chickens, and maybe 10 large pizzas after he came exactly nowhere. But it was great news for the Republican most people forgot was running or even existed, John Kasich, who stole second while Trump rollicked home to victory.
I won again! Victory for right-thinking Americans.
For right-wing thinking Americans, perhaps.
The best thing about New Hampshire is that any of those losers who got less than 10% lose all their votes to me.
That's weirdly how it works, yes.
So all the pissheads and flaming psychopaths who voted for Christie and Carson actually voted for me.
I'm sure they feel terrible about that.
I don't give a fuck what anyone feels. Feelings are for homos and bleeding women.
Meanwhile, in the Democratic race, Sanders won, as everyone knew he would, making him the first ever Jewish person to win a primary in a U.S. election a week after Cruz became the first ever Latino American to win a primary.
Sure, it's nice. Let him have his moment before I destroy him.
Mrs. Clinton, a lot of people have criticized you for the message you and your supporters spread that all women should vote for you because of your mutual vaginas, and any woman who votes for Sanders is only doing it to get men to sleep with them.
Well, it sure worked for Hill last night.
Are you saying...
Yes, Scott. I voted for Sanders to get Bill to sleep with me. Don't read anything political into it. It's just a sex game.
I love sex games.
Oh, don't look so scandalized. You have fetishes, don't you, Scott?
Every time I talk to you, another part of my innocence is lost. You forgot me again, Scott.
Mighty careless of you, Scott, forgetting my brother.
Oh, yes, you're still running. If Rubio keeps doing badly and a bunch of guys drop out and all their voters vote for me...
And Ted Cruz suffers a terrible boating accident...
Is that a threat? My brother here was just pontificating. And Trump decides that being president is way too much work and won't leave him enough time for ogling young women, then I could still easily win this thing. Basically, you're saying you could still beat Ben Carson.
Ben Carson couldn't even beat my brother in a thumb war.
I'm great at thumb wars.
Let's show him.
Please don't.
I think I know where to put my thumb.
Be gentle. Will Jeb ever win a primary or a thumb war? Will Biden or Bloomberg enter the race? Does anyone even care about Obama's budget? Is Donald Trump actually an evil dictator alien from another planet? Join us next week for more from Elections 2016.
Kim Jong Un has once again pissed off the UN Security Council by testing another missile.
The UN has already applied sanctions to North Korea and are very unhappy that they seem to be having no effect on the dictator.
United Nations has no right to tell Supreme Ruler of the Earth and the Sky, His Royal Majesty Kim Jong Un, what to do.
They just want you to stop making bombs.
They are not the boss of me.
So the nuclear program will continue?
Supreme Ruler will make any kind of weapon he wants to. Just yesterday, we made the cherry bombs. Kaboom! With the real cherries.
How is that a weapon?
And we are testing self-propelling knives that throw themselves. They are harder to fit in pocket, but very good.
Oh, that sounds a bit dangerous.
Not as dangerous as a nuclear ship that infiltrate flocks and blow them up. Kaboom!
Why would you want to blow up sheep?
To stop the wicked West to be wolves in a sheep clothing.
That's just a saying.
And I am just saying they will go kaboom! Then we also have a test for the death metal missile happening today.
What does that do?
It deafens my enemies with death metal, so they don't hear us coming from mosh pit.
You are truly a dangerous man.
Now the West will know it too. I am master of weapons.
This week saw people all around the world celebrating the Chinese New Year.
Welcome of the year of the red monkey.
Are we having another Penny Sparrow moment?
No, Penny moved to Australia, not China.
This 4,714th year in our history promises to be very exciting.
4,714?
Yes, we have been around and able to count for much longer than you people.
What does the year of the fire monkey mean for the world?
We don't care. But for China, means exciting year where anything can happen. Monkey is very intelligent, and the fire monkeys are ambitious and adventurous.
And this is according to the Chinese astrology.
Of course, there is no other astrology, only silly games.
So it's going to be an interesting year for China.
No, not interesting. Never say that word. Exciting, very exciting. Why are you not excited?
We are. That is why I became a journalist, to talk about astrology.
Now those bastards will read my damn letters. Mwah! Hi, Mantabo.
So, SUPERSONA 2016 is over. The great big ball game of the US presidential race is just in the first innings, and we're all bounding merrily into the year of the fire monkey. Business as usual then.
This has been the 119th state of the puppet nation. Goodbye.
Toodle pip.
Recognize me! Recognize me! Nothing but a room full of attention-seeking children. Mossy always wanting a gold star, and that Julius. I'll recognize you next time we meet in an alleyway, Julius. Just you wait. I'll recognize you so hard, no one else will ever recognize you again. Just you wait.